Now let's continue. Now Vera has created a curiosity in her aunt to know what is so suspicious in the cottage of Betsy, but she is not revealing what it is. Of course, Betsy hasn't an idea as to what they are, said Vera. She just knows that they are something valuable and that she must keep quiet about them. Found out quite by accident that they were and how they came to be there. You see, the people who had them were at their wits' end about where to store them away from safekeeping. And someone who was driving through the village was struck by the snug loneliness of the cottage and thought it would be the right place. Mrs. Lamper arranged the matter with Betsy and smuggled the things in. Now, Vera is telling the story. What happened? Betsy doesn't know anything about it. She doesn't know what it is, what the value is. Okay, so Betsy only knows that she has to keep it there, and she should be quiet about them. And Vera comes to know this by accident. And see, she was telling the people have hidden these things in Betsy's cottage. And someone who was driving through the village was uh, very attracted by this cozy loneliness of the cottage and kept it there. And who arranged all this? Mrs. Lamper arranged the matter with Betsy, and she smuggled the things in. She smuggled the jewels and kept it in the Betsy's cottage. Mrs. Lamper, said Mrs. Beverly Cumble. But she must have known something about their history. Anyone who reads the papers, even casually, would have been aware of the theft, and I don't think the things were hard to recognize. Mrs. Hamper had always had the reputation of being a very conscious woman. So, is it Mrs. Lamper? But she should know, no, that she should not do it. So, she should be knowing about the history, right? Anyone who reads a newspaper will know about the theft. But I thought Mrs. Lamper was a morally upright woman. Of course, she was protecting someone else, said Vera. So she says, but Mrs. Lamper was protecting someone else. An extraordinary number of respectable people have involved themselves while trying to protect others. So she says, see, many respectable people have involved themselves when they are protecting others. You would be really astonished if you knew some of the names of individuals mixed up in it. And most of them don't even know who the original culprits were. And now I have got you entangled in the mess by letting you know into the secret of the cottage. Now Vera says, see, there are respectable people involved in many crimes and they protect others. See, now many names have come out. And if you know some of the names, you will be shocked. And now you have also got into the mess of the cottage. You must certainly have not, you most certainly have not entangled me, said Mrs. Beverly Cumble crossly. I have no intention of protecting anybody. The police must know about it at once. A theft is a theft, whoever is involved. If respectable people choose to involve themselves in hiding stolen goods, well, they are not respectable anymore. I shall telephone immediately. And Beverly Cumble says, why should I protect anybody? I am not entangled in this mess. I will immediately call the police and inform about the the robbed things which are kept in the cottage. So, I'll be calling the police immediately. I don't want anybody to be protected in this name. Okay. So, oh, aunt, said Vera reproachfully. It would be terrible if people got to know that Cuthbert is involved in something like this. You know it would. Now she says, in a reproach, in a sad way, that you should know who is involved in it. Cuthbert. Cuthbert involved? How can you say such things when you know how much we all think of him? So she says, how come you can say Cuthbert is involved? Now who is this Cuthbert? Of course, I know you think highly of him, and he is engaged to marry Beatrice. I know that it will be a frightfully good match, and that he is your He's your ideal of what a son-in-law should be. All the same, it was Cuthbert's idea to stow the things away in the cottage, and it was his motor car that brought them. He was only doing it to help his friend Peggy's son. I forgot how he got involved in it. I warned you that there were lots of quite respectable people mixed up in it. Didn't I? That's what I meant. I said it would be impossible for old Betsy to leave the cottage. The things take up a good bit of space, and she couldn't take them with her without attracting attention. Of course, if she were to fall ill and die, it would be equally unfortunate. Her mother lived to be over 90, she tells me. So, with due care and absence of worry, she ought to last for another dozen of years at least. By the time, perhaps some other arrangements will have been made for disposing of the wretched things. Now she says, your son-in-law is involved. Cuthbert is none other than Mrs. Beverly Cumble's would-be son-in-law. He is going to marry Mrs. Beverly Cumble's daughter. So he is involved in the smuggling because he was helping his friend Peggin's son, and he brought the things to the cottage. And now you should see Betsy cannot leave the cottage so easily. But after everything is done, we can somehow make arrangements for disposing of the wretched things. We can somehow make arrangements for getting rid of the things in the cottage. I shall speak to Cuthbert about it after the wedding, said Mrs. Beverly Cumble. Now she says, yes, I'll speak to Cuthbert about it, but only after the marriage. Later, while telling the story to her best girlfriend, now Vera is telling the story to her friend, Vera said, the wedding isn't till next year, and meanwhile, old Betsy is living rent-free, with soup twice a week, and my aunt's doctor to see her whenever she has a finger ache. Now she says, see, the marriage will not happen till next year, and in the meanwhile, old Betsy is living there without any rent, and she is getting soup twice a week, and her aunt's doctor visits her whenever she has a pain in her finger. But how on earth did you get to know about it? Asked her friend in admiration. Now she says, Vera, her friend asked Vera, but how did you get to know all about all these things? It was a mystery, said Vera. It's all mystery. Nobody knows. Of course it was a mystery that baffled everybody. What beats me is how you found it. Then she says, yes, it is a mystery which shocked everybody. But what is beating me is, what is irritating me is, how did you find out? Oh, about the jewels. Now she says, about the jewels, I invented that part. Then she says, I invented that. I made up, explained Vera. I mean, the mystery was where old Betsy's arrears of rent were to come from, and she would have hated leaving that jolly Queen's tree. So she said, the main thing was, from where will Betsy pay the arrears? So, and not only that, how will Mrs. Betsy leave the jolly Queen's tree? So this story was all the story cooked up by Vera to save Miss Betsy from paying the rent. I hope you understood the story, my dear children. We'll discuss the rest of the part in our live class. Thank you, kids.